show. Today I'm talking about Matthew Perry's memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. This book is really, really good and also so incredibly sad. Like, oh my God, it's so sad. It's so sad. It was great though. Such a good read. So the reason it's so sad is because, I'll just read the first 3 sentences to you to understand the context of why I'm saying this is so sad. Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead. Yep, he talks at great length about how he should have died several times throughout his life. If you're unfamiliar with who Matthew Perry is, that's fine. He was on the hit TV show Friends in the 90s, but he also very famously has had an addiction to Oxycontin as well as a couple other drugs and alcohol and cigarettes as well. He was one of the first celebrities to really publicly go to rehab and struggle with this stuff. And yeah, no, throughout the book, he's come so close to that so many times. And just like time and time again, he states how grateful he is to be alive. And it's just like, and if you don't know, he passed away almost exactly a year after the book came out. He died in October of 2023. And like the book ends with him just talking about like how he feels excited to be alive because he's finally like kicked all of his drug habits, all of his addictions, and how he feels like he has a purpose in life, how he's so hopeful and optimistic about the future, hopefully finding love and understanding why he's pushed all these other women away and he knows not to make the same mistakes again. He's broken up with every single woman except for one, and it's always been because he's scared of them leaving him first and stuff like that. And he understands this concept now and he knows, you know, to not do that again. But again, he died. He didn't get his chance to find that partner, to have kids. He so desperately wanted children. And so it's just, it's soul crushingly sad. But also it's incredibly well written. He does a really great job of really giving you what you want in a celebrity memoir, of like talking about the big projects you want to hear about. He definitely talks about Friends several times, and he gives you all of the details you want to hear about it. His struggles with addiction while on the show and trying so hard to not mess it up, even though he was messing it up with his addiction. What I love too was in so many celebrity memoirs, they almost get like kind of braggy talking about their sex lives or like even get too graphic with stuff. And I'm like, I don't need you to describe in great detail your genitals or anything. Like, don't give me that, which he doesn't do here. He does talk about his sex life in particular, just like his struggles with it as a teenager and then like the addiction aspect of it when he did get famous, but it never feels braggy. Like he even talks about dating Julia Roberts and he goes through that whole courtship and it's like a beautiful, really well told story. And again, it never feels braggy. It feels like he has a love for that time in his life when he courted Julia Roberts, and it's just beautiful. And then it's again devastating when he talks about like why they broke up and that whole thing. He just got scared. That's just a recurring theme in his life. He describes it unaccompanied minor. So he's just always kind of terrified with being alone. And God, yeah, no, it's such a great, well-told story. It really pulls no punches. I would wholeheartedly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Friends. Like, there's no doubt there's a must-read. But I would recommend it, honestly, for anyone, even if you've never seen Matthew Perry in anything. It's a very, very well-told story. It's really just about his life and pain with addiction. So anyone can really relate to it, and it's very, very well written. For a time, I was like, oh, is this almost ghost written? But Matthew Perry is a writer, so I do believe that he wrote it. I would say if there was another group of people that I would extra recommend it to, it would be addicts. Either someone who's recovering or someone who's in the middle of it, because I think it's definitely a very eye-opening story. Thoroughly enjoyed the film, wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone, but especially friends of fans and people who need to hear some more stories like this in their life. So yeah, it's a good one. It's just real sad.